have appreciated it before. He launches into The A-Team, the song he wrote 10 years ago that changed everything for him. "If you know the words, then sing along," he says. It seems as if 60,000 people do. There's no such thing as can't sing, he tells us, only can't sing in tune. That is certainly the case of practically everyone near me, but nobody cares. Cleverly, he merges Don't from his second album, Multiply, with New Man from Divide, both harsh and slightly bitter breakup songs. Between numbers, Ed may not have the distinctive patter of Adele, but he chats in a relaxed fashion that appears perfectly natural and friendly, not at all scripted. Apparently, he last played Cardiff in 2011 and vowed then that he wouldn't come back until he could fill this great stadium. That ambition didn't take long to achieve. He asks for our biggest scream before changing pace to Dive, perhaps the most underrated song on Divide. It's a romantic ballad, but not a soppy one. Don't Call Me Baby Unless You Mean It is a chorus to sing at the top of your voice in the shower. As each song passes, I'm more and more struck by how everyone knows the words. I suppose it's an indication of the sheer scale of his popularity. Ed's strategy is that it's a participation show, and he wants everyone to sing and dance, although he reminds us that he can't dance, even if the famous video to Thinking Out Loud gives the impression that he's a natural. Ed wants us all to dance whether we can or not. Amusingly, he points out that there is always 2% of an audience that refuses to sing or dance. They're either the grumpy, reluctant boyfriend or the super dad who's being a hero acting as chaperone for their son or daughter. Ed's own dad, John Sheeran, was exactly that, taking his boy along to countless gigs that gave him a vitally important musical education when he was young enough to absorb any influences. Ed moves easily between different styles, often in the same song. They might build from a rap or a quiet verse into one of those anthemic choruses you can't get out of your head. He sings 3 songs in a row that reflect the agony of love. Bloodstream, from the Multiply album, starts quietly before transforming into one of his most dramatic crescendos and a powerful wall of sound. Happier is, for me, his most melancholy song, a story of love lost, a recurring theme with Ed. The poignant lyric touches anyone who's ever taken a wrong turn in love, and that would be everyone. I'm a Mess is another song that reflects Ed's own intelligence and openness in his lyrics. I wish I had a fiver for every time someone's told me that they like the autobiographical touches he includes in his songs. It's time to lighten the mood a little, and Galway Girl does exactly that. Some critics don't like this song, and I've heard it described as Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. But we're all up, having a hoolie in the aisles. Ed has always embraced his Irish heritage, and my guess is that this will become a party classic in the years ahead. Ed doesn't do many covers, so it's a surprise when he slips Feeling Good into the set list. Although many people know it as a Michael Bublé song from a decade ago, it's actually a much older stage musical number that became an instant classic when it was recorded by the matchless Nina Simone in 1965. The late George Michael also featured it on his last studio album, Symphonica, in 2014. I wonder if there are any similarities between Ed and George, arguably the 2 greatest solo male pop stars the UK has produced. Ed cleverly mashes his version into the haunting I See Fire, the song he wrote for the 2013 film The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. Ed changes guitars for practically every number. He is handed an electric guitar for the first time and mentions Amy Wadge, one of his original collaborators who still lives locally in South Wales and is in the audience tonight. "If you don't know the words to this one, then you're probably at the wrong show," he announces, then plays the opening chords of the sublime Thinking Out Loud, which he wrote with Amy. Everyone goes into a huge romantic sigh. Instead of the 1,000 stars in the lyric,